what I think and make it known to others. And so it's very exciting that you two are having this kind of need to have yourself grow in that area. And that's what we are going to delve into in a very short time. And so without taking much time, I want to take this opportunity to first introduce and also welcome our speaker for today, Mrs. Yvonne Nansinguza.
No, it is Miss, not Mrs.
Okay, sorry about that. Miss Yvonne Nansinguza. It's been exciting. We've been having some conversations and learned a lot from her experience. She's had a very rich experience in marketing. She began in human resource, then joined through hospitality, worked also with SSP companies. We also know Pearl Hotel, Pearl of Africa Hotel, a very big hotel in Uganda. She has worked with travel and consultancy agencies, and now she's so much into marketing, currently working with Sokoni Africa Limited. She's had a very rich experience and more so in marketing, which is a spark to public speaking. And so it's a humble and a great honor for me to welcome you, Yvonne, to speak to us. And so take the floor, and I request our colleagues and members to welcome you with an applause. Thank you so much.
You can hear me, all of you?
Yes, we can.
Yes, okay, please.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. At least I need to hear someone saying good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yes. Hey, thank you for the introduction. Thank you so much. I'm Miss, not Mrs. I will insert that. I'm Miss Yvonne Nansinguza. He has said it all about me. And I'm so obliged to be one of those people who is going to present public speaking to you. Public speaking is one of my best topics that I have sung and sung and sung. So I am so happy that I am going to give you views about public speaking. First and foremost, I would love all of you to give me an ear. And I'm giving you a smile so that all of you should smile before I talk to all of you. Please insert and say you've all smiled. Okay. Public speaking is a process of delivering a speech or a presentation to a live audience. Right now, I'm delivering a speech and a presentation to all of you. I'm informing, I'm persuading all of you, I'm inspiring all of you. And I had to first give a definition of public speaking. Thank you so much for smiling, Charity. Why is public speaking a very biggest element in the whole world? Why is it so important? Why is it urgent to all of us? Why should you have confidence? Why does confidence matter when you are public speaking? Right now, I am confident to me, and I will say that people listen to those who are confident, to those who believe in themselves, to those who can build trust in the people that they are talking to. Are you giving an impact to the person that you're talking to out there? Because right now, I am talking to all of you, and you're putting trust in me. You're having that credibility you're seeing in me. I'm giving you an impact to all of you. And I think to sum it all, I'm giving and I'm spreading all the confidence to all of you. What am I going to say is that when you want to be a very beautiful and great speaker like me, you have to consider some insights like this. Please, if you have a pen or a book, please write somewhere. Number 1, preparation and knowledge. You have to be prepared. Know what exactly you're going to tell the audience. Don't just come and you're like, I'm going to public speak. People out there want to know, what exactly are you going to talk about? Prepare it. Write notes. Have knowledge of what you're speaking about. Have the topic on your fingertips and know that I'm going to speak about public speaking. Secondly, your body language. Right now, I'm using my hands. These are gestures. I'm using my hands because I'm trying to insert what I'm talking. I'm looking at all of you, though I'm not looking at most of you because I can't see you, but my eye contact is one of the number 1 that you have to use when you are public speaking. Your presence matters. Are you present? When you're talking to people, are you present? Or you are just, you have to be so present in whatever you are saying. The third element, vocal control and pace. You have to have a vocal. You see my voice here. Sometimes when you're talking to people, the vocal matters. You don't just have to talk. You have to come up with something like, when you're saying, like, for example, you're saying good morning to people, you say, good morning. Don't say good morning or like a rude tone. When you're speaking, be calm. Soften your tone. Because people love you. The audience loves you. They are listening to you. They know that you are saying something and they want to take it in. So you have to have a good tone, speak very well, be calm, and know what you're saying. Then number 4, manage nervousness. Managing nervousness means that before you're going to do the topic, I mean the topic that you're going to address to people, you have to manage your nervous system. For example, before I came here, I had to first exercise a bit, run, I been do some squats, breathe in and out. Many people have their different things that they do to manage their nervousness. So you have to manage it. Practice and experience is another point that I can talk about. Always practice and practice. Go into the mirror. Talk about public speaking. Look at yourself when you're talking. See, and you can even call friends and say, I'm here. I'm going to do public speaking, and you give me comments. And people will definitely listen to you. So you have to practice and you have to have that experience in you. Don't just back up to it. Other key points that I can talk about, you can engage the audience. How do you engage the audience? For instance, if we are on a platform and I'm talking, I can tap people and I'm like, hi, Kate. Did you like about what we talked about? Do you have an addition? That is how you have to engage the audience when you're doing public speaking. Speak with clarity. Always have information on your tip when you're talking to people. Handle questions confidently. People will ask, but you will not murmur because you have to talk to people. So you have to handle all the questions confidently. Dressing is the part. It also matters. How you dress matters. If you want to do public, it's because today I'm seated, but when I'm standing up, or when if at all I was standing up, maybe I would have maybe showed you how I've dressed or something. But now that I am seated, I can just keep it to myself, and I'm like, please dress the part. In public speaking, we have 7 C's. 7. Number 1 is competence. You have to have a skill in you. Public speaking is among my skills. I love it so much. I do it in schools. I do it amongst people. I do it in different organizations. So it is a skill because I'm competent. I have that skill. So you have to be competent. Secondly, you have to have connection if you want to be a good public speaker. Build good relationships with people, build a positive support, have a team that supports you, because you can't be perfect in everything. You need connections. Another one is contribution. Always contribute. For instance, if there's teamwork, go for it. If there are interviews, go for them. Keep on practicing, contribute to your life. Don't be in one zone, like a comfort zone, because comfort zones are not good. Coping is another one. Be reliable, cope with situations. Have that resilient character in you. Have that emotional, intelligent character in you. If something comes up, maybe for instance, I'm going to do public speaking like now, and I get maybe a sick person. Will I bring it here? No. I'll try to compose myself and cope up with the situation, and then I do the public speaking. Then control. Have control. Always control yourself in situations, on the way you talk. People see you. People do see you when you are public speaking. So you have to learn how to control yourself in situations, the way you walk, the way you do your body language, the way you smile. All those things are all into one accord. Then we have confidence. Like when I talked about it, you have to have ability on whatever you're doing. You need to know that what you're doing is right. What you're doing is loved by the people, and they are listening. I don't always like presenting a lot, because I always love giving the audience my time to talk to me, because I know each and every one here. I told my moderator, I said I'll only use 30 minutes. And I think I'm left with only 10 now. So I told him I will only have a basic public speaking structure, and I leave the audience to engage with me and ask me questions. That is all I had for you about public speaking. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Miss Yvonne. Now I think I made it right. Thank you so much for the session and for the very many tips that you've shared with us. And I believe that we've been able to pick one or two or three things from the communication she's had to us. It's interesting how people who know how to communicate can be good at summarizing very many things. You talked about a lot, actually, which I believe are wholesome. If someone is very much focused on changing themselves and bettering themselves. And you've given us a very good opportunity to ask questions, which is very much vital, by the way. It's a part of the opportunities that we have. Our moderator, our speaker has just given us a chance to prove, also to express what she's been able to share with us through questions. And so I believe the first people are going to take it up to prepare some questions to our speaker. And I believe that you are making yourselves ready. But before we go to the audience, I have some few questions for you, like two or three questions. Let me ask my question as my friends are also preparing their own. I want to hear it from you and probably could help our audience. According to you, what separates a good speaker from a great one? A good speaker from a great one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Keith. A good speaker will only deliver information, but a great speaker will deliver information, but connect it emotionally. Right now, I am connecting with the audience emotionally. So I'm a great speaker. But a good speaker will come and say, hello, the definition of public speaking is this and this and this. We'll come back tomorrow for another session, he goes. But a great speaker will engage with the audience, like deeply, try to understand them, try to engage with them, try to listen to them. There's a difference between a great speaker and a good speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. That's a good one, actually. And I believe people are taking it up that we have to be able to engage with our listeners because we may not be actually the best speakers, but we can learn from one another. And so getting feedback is also vital and key. So as I prepare to pick some questions from our audience, let's get to experience. How have you come to develop and grow yourself over time? How have you been evolving to reach to the point that you are at now?
Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to give a humor about your question, how I started public speaking. I was working in an airport, and I was one of those cashiers. I did waiter. When you're going to get to such a level, you go through a lot. So one time, my boss is like, Yvonne, you're going to, oh my God, sorry for the generator,
Yeah.
but the light is on. Yeah, we are on again. One time, my boss was like, Yvonne, you're going to give out flyers. I had never done it in my life. Standing in front of all those people, the way the busy airport can be, I was like, oh my God, flyers, Yvonne Nancy Nguza flyer, really? So I stood there, I started giving the flyers, and no one was getting any flyer. So I decided to say coffee upstairs, food upstairs. And definitely people took my flyer. That gave me confidence. How did I evolve? I'm going to the point that you asked me. I became self-centered. I became more confident. I'm where I am because of that boss. That confidence that he gave me made me who I am today. The flyers that I gave out at the airport with different people from different countries made me what I am today. And definitely I will say that I moved from focus to being perfect because of public speaking. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yvonne.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. You've given us a practical one. Yeah, so heading to our audience, I see there are some few questions in the comment section.
Okay.
And so you could answer all of them or we could share them, but they are quite interesting. There's one from Rhoda. Rhoda Wirinji, it's so good to have you. By the way, she's my workmate. Thank you, Rhoda, for joining through. So there's one from Remigio.
Yes.
as well. Rhoda has given us 2 questions. And so the question from Remigio, how do you ensure continuous and smooth voice flow during public speaking engagement? How do you ensure continuous and smooth voice flow during public speaking engagement?
Just a minute, repeat again a bit that question.
Says,
Continuous.
how do you ensure continuous and smooth voice flow during a public speaking engagement?
Okay. Can I first have the questions and then I answer?
You want to have all the questions?
No, like if first give me like 3, then I answer.
Okay, the second one, actually the first one was from Rhoda. She asked, how can you create a compelling and memorable introduction and conclusion? How can you create a compelling and memorable introduction and conclusion?
Okay.
And the third one is from Remigio, from Rhoda again. She asked, how can you manage your nerves and anxiety before speaking? How can you manage your nerves and anxiety before speaking? Yes, a good one actually.
Your nerves, eh?
The nerves and
Before
anxiety.
speaking. Yeah, that.
Yes, the third one.
Okay. You gave me 3 already.
Yeah, there are only 4 actually. I've given you 3. I can add only 1 and then you have all of them. How can you handle unexpected questions or challenges during speech? How can you handle unexpected questions or challenges during your speech?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, those are the questions.
Okay. So the first question was, how do you have a continuous and voice flow during a public speaking session? Not so?
Yes, please.
Yes. Having a continuous voice flow comes from preparation. How did you prepare yourself? If you haven't prepared yourself, trust me, your voice won't flow. You have to have preparation with your voice. For instance, my voice right now, I'm speaking to all of you. You have to have that, how can I say? Right now I'm speaking to all of you. The voice is flowing, yes, but it's because I practiced. So if you practice and know what you are saying to people, trust me, your voice is going to flow and flow and flow. So it is about practicing what you're going to public speak with the people. Okay, have I answered that?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I think it's a good response.
Yes, it comes through preparation. Yes,
yes,
please. The second one was, how can you create a compelling and memorable conclusion, right? That's what she said.
Both introduction and the conclusion.
Yes. A compelling introduction. Most of the public speakers, in the world have humor in them. You have to be a comedian sometime to introduce yourself so that people can never forget you. I'll give an example of Joel Austin. If some of you have heard about him or have you listened to him, he always starts with something funny before he introduces what he's going to talk about. So as a public speaker, like right now, I can say, once upon a time, my mother asked me what I'm going to buy. And I told her, I'm going to buy a car. And then she said, how much do you have? I told her, I have only 5,000. She was like, can 5,000 buy a car? You have to be humorous. I mean, you have to have humor. You have to have passion in whatever you're saying. Because at the moment when you introduce yourself, people will be like, you know what, that lady, she always starts with humor whenever she's public speaking. You know what? She always starts with dancing. So that is what I can do. Like today, I started with a smile. I think I told all of you, please, can you all smile? And some of you smiled. So that is the compelling and memorable conclusion that you can give to a person. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much. That one was perfect, actually. It relates with what I also had in mind, because like summing that up or actually is trying to hook the audience. That's what I would
Yeah.
actually sum it up with.
Yeah.
Hooking the
Yeah, yeah.
audience, like you've shared the story of buying a car. I think also another way could be like asking a question, a very strong question. Maybe, for example, like what if I told you an idea? Could you change your mind? That one will, spark someone's head to wait to listen about what is going to come out. Secondly, you can also create a story. A story, there's a way, like you've said, having humor in a way of a joke also,
Yes, yes.
creating stories. There's a way stories last in people's heads. And also showing that you are the credible person, like you've been sharing with us. You've showed us how you've been having experience over the time. You've told us how you grew and developed yourself to become the person that you are right now. And so there is building that credibility among the people that are listening. Like you said, you've had experience. Then people you have to trust and know that the person who is speaking is credible enough. Let's listen. And when people listen, they pick and take home something with them. So thank you so much. That one was a very perfect answer. And so we could probably head to the next.
How can you manage your nerves before speaking? That was the next. Kate, we've lost you, but I'll continue. How can you manage your nerves before speaking? How you manage your nerves? It comes again through preparation. Before I became a public speaker, a good one, I used to prepare myself for 2 weeks. But when I became a good one, yeah, you can give me a topic in 2 days and it will get done in 1 day. As given this topic was it yesterday, part 1, but I practiced in the morning and I'm here. So it comes through practice, managing the nerves, breathe in and out. Be a person who loves exercising. Exercise it helps the body to become so strong for any situation. If you have the money, go for a treadmill. Before that, you know, most of us, we have companies that we work in, and they tell us, you're going to introduce a PowerPoint presentation. And you're like, "Ah, PowerPoint presentation? I've not even written anything." For instance, was it yesterday? Kate was like, I need a PowerPoint presentation. I hadn't even put up anything. But I breathed in and out and wrote something in minutes and gave it to him. I think he was even shocked. It is all about managing your nerves by you breathe in, you do exercises. Yes. You believe in yourself before you start. You say, I can do it. That is how sometimes I say, I'm like, I would do it. You will do it. So that is what I can say. There was another question.
Wow. Thank you. Actually, an interlude in that.
Yeah.
You spoke something that has reminded me. We had
Yeah.
a session in one of our previous TPC sessions. We hosted one of the prominent persons in our country, Kanare Mugume. I believe most people on the call, they know who Kanare is. So we thank our coach Samuel, who was able to, he is always bringing us the best actually. So we had a very lengthy conversation with Kanare, and he had the similar answer like you've shared. Like whenever she's nervous, he's nervous, sorry. He always breathes in and out 5 times. And he actually said that's a real spark. It's a real spark. He just said we should be trying it out and it creates magic. So that was a good one, and it relates to what we had actually learned before. Thank you.
Yeah. You asked another question. How can you handle unexpected questions or challenges during your speech? There's a way God created us public speakers. We always have what to answer. We always have what to answer. It comes on the way you relate with the people that you're talking to. First and foremost, you need to know the group of people you are talking to. Sometimes it's not also easy. Trust me, we are all not perfect here. Like in public speaking, a question can boom, come, and you have nothing to say. At times you do what? You can create humor, say, excuse me, give me a break, let me take some water. And then you're like, what were you asking? You be humorous. What did you say? You said, how can I handle an unexpected question or challenge during a public speaking session? At times, it is all about the topic that you're talking about. But trust me, when you know the topic that you're talking about, something will come up. Now, when you ask me this question, you would have come with a question to ask me, but there is no question that you're asking me. So, in any way, trust me, a public speaker will have to answer you. In any way, a public speaker will, in any way, unexpected question will be answered. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yvonne. You've been so fast about how you're responding to questions and just being right about it. It's amazing. And thank you. I'm also appreciating our audience. Our audience has been so amazing.
Inspired me to be a public
loving the fact. Okay. I'm loving the fact that our audience are eager to learn. There are lots of questions in the comment section, and that's a very good sign that you've done a very good job, Yvonne. And that our audience are picking one or two, three things. So there's quite a number of questions, and there's one brother. He's asked,
Okay.
please throw light.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. There's
Yes,
a question like, what inspired me to be a public speaker? Can I please answer that?
Okay, please go ahead.
What inspired me to be a public speaker? First and foremost, I'm a person who reads a lot of books. That is number one. Number two, I watch motivational speakers. One of my people who inspires me is Joel Austin. The second one, I love Oprah so much, though she's not too much in public speaking, but she's one of my inspirations. And I can say that my character and my personality also inspired me because I put it in me. You know, someone will say, what inspired you? And you'll be like, my mother. No, me, it's not my mother. It's my mother died actually. And it's not my sister, it's not my brother. I inspired myself because I have that character in me that loves talking to people. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry about your mother. But we move on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think we can head on to the next. It's an inquiry actually. That please throw light on time management in public speaking. How do you manage time while you're speaking to the public? Thank you.
While you're speaking to people, I think you saw the minutes I used, Kate. How many minutes did I use?
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used only 30 minutes, and I told you that I will use only 30 minutes. And I timed myself, I used 30 minutes. You have to know how to divide your words. You have to know how to break some words off. Repetition. You need to evolve yourself by not repeating words. Or else you write an essay and repeat it like 100 times. It all comes about training yourself. I am here. Look for me. I will train you. And I will give you additions on how you can break those words. I don't want to say much, but what I know is that the more you practice, the more you break. Have you noticed, Kay? Most people, they when they are like on platforms, people doze, they sleep. Yeah, people doze and they sleep. They even, actually people get bored. Why do you think they get bored? It's because of that over exaggerating. Talk about something, you don't want to leave it. Leave it. Be precise and short and go. Let's go to the next question. Thank you.
Wow, interesting. Thank you so much. Actually, in our local language, we have a saying that says that even the best dancer leaves the stage. So you don't have to speak everything as though you won't finish. So I think our friend has been able to pick that one. And so let's go on to the next. There's Patrick Mugera, my brother. Could it be Patrick Mugera? I have a friend called that name. But we shall link up maybe after the call. So he's appreciating you, Yvonne, for the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
He has a question that in your perspective, is public speaking inborn or a learned art? Is it a learned art or it's inborn? Thank you.
To me.
I think to everyone.
Inborn and
okay. Oh, sorry.
To me, it's inborn, but partly also I added some art. Why am I saying inborn? Starting from my mother, going to my dad, going to my grandfather, they were all people who talk. Even right now as I speak, call my dad. He's so talkative. He talks and talks to people. My grandfather, Reverend, talks and talks and talks. He died, but he used to talk to very many people. My brother, he's called Henry. If you people watch Galaxy, Mr. Henry is my brother. He's talkative and he also talks to people. So me, I think it's in the blood. That's what I can say. Yes.
Yeah,
It's in the
thank
blood,
you.
it's inborn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you
But
so much.
sometimes you can also create it not to be inborn. You can create it yourself with confidence.
Wow,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. I love the fact that, of course, you've been able to cement that fact that some things are inborn. Actually, those who watch soccer, there's a comparison between, it's getting old, but it's been there, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yep.
That Cristiano Ronaldo practices, whereas Lionel Messi has an inborn talent or a skill. And so, indeed, there are people who are born with certain skills. There are children who really talk. But there are also those people who are born introverts and later become extroverts, actually, be able to express themselves. And so, like you said, it's all about practice. You have to practice. You have to be intentional about changing your life, just as you people have been able to spare your time to come and listen to this call. Like I said, as we were beginning, the fact that you are on this call, the fact that you left everything, you would be preparing supper. Some people, others would be watching, I don't know, people are having a recent movie by Tyler Perry. I don't know, it's called which one?
Yeah. Straw.
People are looking at straw, my God. I don't
Yeah.
even know what it is. Anyway, I'm just seeing it's trending. People are looking for straw. I don't know what is in straw. Maybe I'll get to know, but you left all that just to focus on developing this skill of public speaking. That is one of the biggest steps. The mindset. Are you ready to change? Are you practicing or you're not? So you can be born with a skill, but still you can sleep with it and actually don't become good at it. So there is always a need for, in all that we are, we need to improve ourselves. We need to develop ourselves. We need to practice. And when you practice, you don't remain the same. So it's all about practice and you get better with time. So thank you so much. There's another question which actually was answered earlier from our sister Ruth Musime. She was asking, how do you manage the nerves in the middle of the presentation? I think we covered that.
We covered that.
Yes. And
you
so
breathe
let's
in.
head, yes.
But you don't show it, yeah. When you're doing it, you just do like this. You get. Did you notice anything, Kate?
Not really.
Yeah,
So I think she's picked it. And so there's a next one from my brother Silas Wongaire. He was our previous moderator and he did well. He's asking, what is that mistake you made early on in your journey of public speaking that helped you to learn and grow the best? Yeah. What is that one mistake that you made earlier on in your journey of public speaking?
There's a time.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a time I was doing public speaking. I think I was just growing. I went blank, like blank, real blank on the topic. And I told the person who was mentoring me, I was like, please excuse me. Can I please go for a short call? Because I couldn't take it anymore. And I had to, it was terrible. But I wouldn't want it to happen to anyone here. Because trust me, it made me who I am today. Because that being blank when the whole audience is looking at me. But the good thing, they knew that I was new in this. So they perceived me the way I was, because I was still that young girl who didn't know how to talk to people. But good enough, I was perceived. So me, I might say that from focus to perfect. That's what I call myself, from focus to perfect. That's what I did. Thank you so much. The blank is no longer there. Yeah. Mm.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And so that was quite interesting. I actually also have a relatable story about myself. Mistakes have been there. I also reached a panel one time. I was looking for a job, and so somehow I had my confidence. I knew I was prepared, but actually I wasn't. In a way that I hadn't prepared myself enough. I hadn't researched about what I was going to talk about in that panel. And so that brings me back to, if you're going to face a panel, if you're going to face an audience, there is a need for you to do research, so that you don't look blank. Because if there is a main topic that we are going to be discussing about, and then you realize actually don't know anything, how do you actually go to, present something that you haven't researched about? So there's need for you to be equipped with knowledge. You need to, research and be ahead of, and you try to be ahead of the people that you're going to speak with. You may not be, but at least be on this. There's a way knowledge builds confidence. When you know what you're talking about, you don't look blank in front of people, and at least you can have a small point that other people can build on. So we have a relatable mistake, Yvonne. I also made that mistake earlier on, and nowadays I be different, because whenever I go to talk about something, I have to ask myself questions before other people shoot them to me. Thank you so much. And heading on to the next, we have compliment once again. Wow, Yvonne, you have so many compliments. I feel jealous. No one is talking about me. Yeah, so Viola is
I can't
appreciating.
see
That's
them.
the sister Viola.
Thank you
It's
so much.
appreciating you. Thank you so
Thank
much, our
you.
speaker of the night.
Thank
And so
you.
she's asking, what advice would you give to someone who feels stuck in line with achieving skills of public speaking? There are people who are stuck. That's what she's saying. So what advice can you give them?
Okay.
Yes.
Most times, people who are stuck, most of them are people who are not people, people who are not social. They kind of distance themselves from people. At times, you have to be a person who already engages with people. Secondly, be outgoing, go to sports, yeah, watch sports with other people. Because me, my in me, it's just a technical issue that you have in your body that tells you you can't public speak. But when you're a person who's always in groups, you laugh with people. Here I'm near people who know me, they're even hearing how I'm talking and they're laughing. You get, try to engage yourself with people. The more engagement you do, the more you will be confident and you come out as a public speaker. Trust me, it is always in everyone, but it's just because some people don't give it time. Yeah, and they don't. You even have to have passion to be what you want to be. If you don't have passion, trust me, you can force it and be what you want to be. Yvonne, for the okay, there's something I was reading and it's it vanished.
Yeah.
But if someone wants to be like me and is scared to be like Yvonne, keep on keep on engaging yourself with people, talk to people, don't fear yourself, remove fear in yourself, remove anxiety, be yourself, be confident, love yourself, go to exercises, feel yourself, you will see what you will be. Thank you so much.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, once again, that has been really perfect. I've actually loved it and I enjoyed it. You've talked about, getting out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
That passion, that anger that someone should have in them to change their lives. You've talked about the passion that should raise you from the comfort zone. And I believe members on this call are that, different, because you can't just stay an hour on a call without anger to have something. So there's a fire that you already have that you can build from already. They already have that burning fire to be the best that they can have. So it just has to be brought out by yourself. And I believe our sister Viola picked that up and is going to continue to build on it. She has actually quite a number of questions.
And she has to also practice like reading so much. She should read a lot. It also helps. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. So she has another one. How do you stay motivated when things aren't going your way? How do you stay motivated when things aren't going your way? Sometimes you find there is a heated conversation. How do you stay motivated to keep engaging with the people? Thank you.
I remember I was giving 7 C's confidence. I talked about control. You have to have a character of controlling yourself. You have to be resilient. And resilient, it's a character whereby you can endure any situation that comes your way. Like I'll say, right now, if I was going to public speak, maybe someone died and someone is related to me, I have to handle myself with strength and say, this has to go, but I have to public speak because I have a topic to talk about. It all comes from having that resilience in you. You have to have that emotional intelligence in you. All that comes when you practice controlling yourself in situations. You don't have to show people that something has happened to you when you are right now. You might get bad news and you have to come here and talk. Will you refuse to talk? No. The only trick here that you have to use is to control your emotions. You try and control them. That's why they always tell all of us, the public speakers, that we need to breathe in. If the news reporter told you about that, that is what he does. He might have been also going through something, but because he was going through something, but he had to breathe in and out. So you have to have self-control. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Quite interesting responses. You've talked about something repeatedly, actually. There's something that really continually answering some questions, and which is practicing. Once again, you've been able to talk about practicing control. How to control ourselves and emotions in case we face heated conversations, and also in case the conversation is not going the way we wanted. How do we continue to handle ourselves? It's something that cannot come in a minute or in an overnight. We need to have constant engagements that will keep building us to be the best that we can have. Just as we talked about growing ourselves in public speaking, we need time, we need to practice. And so let's continue to pick it up from there. to practice all that we are receiving. She had actually another question. Viola, thank you so much. Still appreciating you, Yvonne. And
I think you need to show me those messages because I don't see them on my screen.
there are quite a number of them. Thank you. She's saying how she's so much passionate actually about public speaking. Actually, this one was an appreciation alone.
Yeah.
She was saying thank you so much for the session. Just that she had very many questions. Then we have another one from our brother Bob Malingu. She's asking that you put some light on how a person who stutters, actually, there are people who stammer, how can they maintain a steady flow of their message delivery despite their natural speaking challenge? This is a very strong one.
Yeah, it's a
Those
strong one
people who stutter and
because
stammer, how can
it
they
comes
maintain?
it comes to, I think the audience loves you already as a public speaker, and they will note that you stammer. Yeah. And I don't think stammers are out of this world, that they are not considered like public speakers. But the stammering is inborn. You can't stop it. Yeah. It's you to have that humorous character in you, because you know you have a stammering voice. So when you're speaking, you have to put in some comic words that you use. Maybe, for instance, how can I stammer now? Let me stammer. Can I try? Kate, can you try stammering?
I know everyone is excited to see you stammering, but you can try.
So maybe I'm like, let me say, I want coffee, and then I'm like, I want coffee, something like that. I don't know if that's stammering. I don't know, but it all comes through what I talked about. Preparation. All these things that you're asking me is about knowing who you are, and you prepare yourself. It's all rounding there. We can't avoid stammering sometimes, but as you practice, the more you practice, the more you practice, the more you practice, the more you gain confidence to even live with a stammering. And the audience perceives anyone the way you are. We are all not perfect, but they will perceive you. Trust me, they will perceive you. But so long as you don't talk for until Uganda drives, it's okay. You can try to be a precise speaker. If you're a stammering person, you be precise and short. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Yvonne. Yeah. I think you've answered that well. And what has stood out for me, actually, is that there are some things we can't change. More so things that are biological. There are those which are treatable and those which are not. And so having to accept ourselves, knowing who we are, and not feeling shy about it, because sometimes we can't change ourselves. Like, for example, the way I look, or the way you look, or the way someone else looks. Some people change themselves, but also there's the way people love us, the way we are. If we appreciate actually who we are, and not having it at the back of our minds as a reason, actually, not as to why we cannot communicate. When you take it to yourself that I'm stammering, so I can't speak, that actually may hold you back. But actually, if you just
yes, 1 minute to cut you off. You just have to focus on the message that you're giving the people. Don't focus on your stammering. Some people not even notice that you're stammering. Focus on the message that you are giving the people.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. People appreciating you, Yvonne. Practicing is very key in public speaking. And so someone is having a question. Rhoda again.
Just 1 minute.
Okay.
Before I answer that, about stammering, I remembered something. In Uganda, I don't know if we have therapists for speech, but they are out, like outside the country. When someone is stammering, sometimes they are speech therapists. The people who mentor these people to remove that in them. I'd forgotten about that. Sorry. You can have a speech therapist on table. For instance, Stephen was, yeah, they have speech therapists. Those people who are, I mean, those UK, London, they have such people. I don't know if in Uganda we have, but we can start to have some. You get. So I think you can, the more you practice, the more you get better. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. That has been a good one once again. And so heading to the next question, Rhoda is asking, what inspired you to become a public speaker of all things, actually?
We talked about that.
What inspired? Okay.
She came late, maybe. I talked about that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Then my brother Mbonwa, Derek Kislev. Actually, Derek has been a very committed, okay, very many of us here, but I think have been noticing Derek a lot. And so he has a question. How can one who is not very good at reading in public better his or her way out during a public
It comes
speech
to practicing case.
Okay.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes. The more
Yes,
you
and
practice, the more you read books, the more you talk to yourself, the more you talk to people, the more you engage with people, the more you do this that I'm doing, you become a better person. You practice,
yeah.
it makes you perfect. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that was a good one. Then there are also some other questions which I think are looking a bit similar and which we might actually talk about. Rhoda again asked, how do you prepare for a speech? I want you to cover this with the next one. She also, Tumukunde Province also asked, what is public speaking? How can one be audible in public? I think you answered some of these things. I think handle this, both of these. And
yes, I answered that one. Maybe I'm going to answer the how can someone be audible? Practice. Right now, my voice used not to be like this, by the way. I'll tell all of you here. I used to have a voice which used to be rude. Like I could talk to people, I'm like, it was a Machiga voice. I think you know, because I'm a Nyankole and I have that blood. If you're here and you're that, don't take it personal. Yeah, just we are learning. And of course, sometimes we have to be open. So I was this kind of person who could be like, come here, come here. I've said, come here. You get, had that. But when I started being that girl who could engage with very many people, who could talk to different colors of people, the Yvonne now is, please come here. You get it. So it is about you to notice what you have that is not good for you and you change it. Simple. It is only you to change yourself. I can't change you. You are the one who's supposed to change yourself. For me, when I was talking about public speaking, I remember I said vocal. Vocal is important. Why did I say vocal? The pace that you use when you're talking to people, people can hear you. They can be like, this girl, she's a rude girl. She's a bad girl because of the way you talk. You have to train yourself to be a person who uses a tone that is calm, like as if you're talking to your husband, those who are married, maybe you're talking, don't talk to your boyfriend when you're angry and you say, hey, you understand, you have to be my love, you always use those things, my love. So that is how you have to also talk to people. You have to have a calm tone. It's always used. I always tell people who are dealing with people, the way you talk to people is the way people will perceive you. Yeah. When you talk to people in a rude tone, trust me, they'll perceive you in a rude tone also. So you have to be a calm person, talk to people. Sorry, I was going to say bulungi, but of course I can't be perfect like all the time English. Sometimes we have to go on the other side. Then you will see how you come up to be a great speaker. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you, Yvonne. Actually, you're affirming the fact, you've affirmed the fact that we are transformational professionals. Transformation is not an overnight thing. And so you're affirming the fact that there is continuous growth, that one can change one from bad to good, best, to better, to best, and then to great. And so there's that need for continuous transformation. We shouldn't be settled that probably we have reached, we are the best. There is a need that to keep improving ourselves. I'll continue to use, I like Cristiano Ronaldo. Sorry to those who are Lionel Messi fans, but he talks about practice. Recently, when they took the Europa Nations League Championship, he is always eyeing the. And so if you have something you're looking at, if you have something that you want to achieve, you cannot be comfortable to you already became someone, and so you want to be the next best person of yourself. So that continuous transformation, we are transformational professionals, not just to ourselves, but also to others. And so there's a need for that continuous change. Thank you so much. And so heading to the next, there's a quite interesting question from Winnie Manda. She's appreciating for the how can go about people who are emotional when discussing or speaking to them. How can you, there are people who are emotional and sometimes you can be able to realize it. How can you go about them? Yes.
Emotional people. Remember the audience is, right now, the audience is big, and most cases it depends. It depends, Kay, on what exactly
Yes.
you are public speaking. If it's a Zoom session, you will not know who is emotional here. Okay, let me give an example, like team building. You're public speaking on a team building event. Let me say, when you see an emotional person, you can call out the person in a humorous way and try out something with that person. You can even tell the person, you can even tip the person. You get some little money and tip the person. We always do things when we are public speaking, by the way. We can even say, Lydia, after this session, I want you to come and pick a bottle of maybe wine. You tip the person. You have to have gratitude when you're doing public speaking, by the way. It's not all about you only. Be with a gratitude mind. You can even give the person a pen and you're like, please keep this pen to remember Yvonne, because today I was your public speaker. Keep my pen, please. You get. So you have to be a person who creates gratitude at that moment. And yeah, emotional people. we always handle them in any way that we want, but mostly gratitude. Yeah, gratitude is what I can say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wow, I've talked about gratitude and also creating a rapport, that kind
Yes.
of relationship with the people. It's good actually that you've been able to notice that they're emotional. And so creating that relationship, that freedom. When people are free with you, they're able to express themselves in a more comfortable manner. And so it's good that we are able, in those different examples she's given, like giving out money to some who have, and probably just showing that you have confidence in them, letting them keep your pen, just to build their confidence. We were all once at a certain point in our position. And the trust that other people have had in us, is what has built us. If actually Yvonne was on different stages and people were booing, in football, they call it booing. People are booing. What are you speaking? There's a way you lose morale, but building confidence. When people say, Yvonne, thank you so much, people are always appreciating Yvonne. So that one keeps actually her motivated, continue sharing knowledge. And so we need to do the same to lift others up. Okay, let's go to another interesting one. Shifra has asked a question. Shifra Kanyenyuzi. What do you do when you realize the audience is bored? That one.
Okay.
What do
you create a humorous situation, or sometimes, okay, it depends which audience I'm talking to, okay? It depends again. If I'm talking to students, okay, you can hear me. If I'm talking to students,
Yes,
I would tell them to stand up and we shake a bit. Yes. Trust me, I'll put a song and we dance together. And trust me, the audience will love me and they will get back to track no matter how. Then secondly, we always create something, like maybe me, I can dance for them or smile. And I'm like, you get. So it's always something that can put a smile on their face and try to make sure the audience comes back to its ground and it's not forward. But I have to create a situation to make sure that we go back on track. That is why when I was starting, I said, all of you give me a smile. So you have to create something. And you don't even talk much. I used only 30 minutes. I think you remember. Don't talk much. Always have precise notes. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Actually, I've picked some very, very key highlights. One that is very important, being on point, being very brief, and being on point,
Yeah.
and also being engaging. You see, one of the things I'm liking about this, speaking and, speaking, they say walk the talk. Huh? I think I'm having it right. Walk the talk than just speaking what you can do. There's a way we've had an interactive session whereby people are asking. Having an engagement, it's a one of a presentation, but also an engagement. You are engaging with people. And so how are people being engaged? There's a humorous story, actually, I see on social media, whereby one of the people was sleeping in the church. And so a pastor asked someone to support the church with 2 million. And from their deep sleep, someone put their hand up without knowing exactly what was happening. And the person was shocked that actually they are looking for money, and yet he actually didn't know what was happening. So how do you let people not be in that situation? Is managing your time and having them engaged. People will not sleep when they know that they are going to be engaged in a certain way. So having an engagement builds, helps actually the audience to be active and not to probably be bored about the discussions. Because one, we are speaking into their lives. If people are being engaged, we are speaking into their lives. We are not just speaking according to what we want, but also to the interests of the people. So thank you so much, Yvonne, for that. Very great addition. Yes. Are we having another one from Chichoncho Doreen? Thank you, Doreen, for being on the call. She's appreciating you once again, Yvonne. And
thank you.
she's
Thank
talking
you.
something about the trickiness of public speaking. We are all not that experienced to a certain level. And so she's asking, is a engagement, there are pulpits and others, like those of the church, and others don't have. And some people are not comfortable. She's trying to ask how we can go about that, how a person may go about that.
Number one, you have to read the room first. Right now, I can't read the room because it's Zoom. It is Zoom. So whatever you're going to say, trust me, the room, you have to read the room that you're talking to, the people that you're talking to. Remember your key points. That's also important. The key points that you're going to portray also matters to the people that you are sharing the message with. Most cases, I always tell people to sound natural. Don't pretend to be who you're not. You pretend to be who you're not, things can fire back. Most people, if you've noticed, there are people who force accents. Yeah, they force an accent. The words are not clear. Trust me, the audience is going to be biased. They will not listen to you. You have to be natural. Be yourself. Stay within yourself, as in you, be you. Okay, so I'm not going to contribute much about that because we've exhausted. The trick part is just having content that will make you feel good about yourself as you give it to the other people. So I'll not say much about that. Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much. Something very important, you have to know it, the people you're speaking to. And you
Yeah,
have to
read the room.
yourself. Wow, interesting. Also got a compliment. Thank you, my brother Remigio. He's talked about composure, appreciating the fact that we need to learn to be composed. We need to learn to be composed. Actually, that is something very important. Remigio, thank you for talking about that. When you're composed, people will listen to you. There are people who shout. Why would someone say so and so is shouting? It's because they are not coordinated. And so you need to have a calm mind. You have to be composed to be able to lay your message for people to listen. And so thank you, Remigio, for that compliment. And I pray people pick it up. Then Darius Nkwasibwe is asking, for the person who feels stuck in public speaking, please make enough time to, actually he's giving a compliment. And so people should listen to this.
We talked about that.
It's a compliment a supplement, I would say, actually, a supplement to what we are talking about. Please make enough time to practice public speaking. That public speaking is actually an art. He's approving it. That you improve through constant practice. It's a muscle that you build and grow through being in places that will prepare you to speak. Like now, in case we ask someone to just come out and give a vote of appreciation to our speaker. So I'm giving it out to you, friends. We have our coach here, but I'll give a chance to one of us to give a vote of thanks. So just prepare yourself, and in that way, keep having yourself. Be available to offer yourself for service. You can't grow in comfort. You can't. So thank you, our brother, for that great addition. Remigio, once again, one of the greatest tricks to speak confidently lies in how you dress up. Huh? Good and comfortable attire somehow improves your confidence on stage. Quite an interesting one. And you had already talked about it.
We said it. Yeah.
You talked about dressing up for the occasion.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Remigio. Then Darius, once again, think about joining spaces like Toastmasters. Anyone who would be interested, actually now Darius is here. Just text him your email. We also have Darius on our platforms. Toastmasters, Transformational Professionals Club. We are here to support you. Please join the Transformational Professionals Club. There are opportunities like this. And by the way, to market our very amazing club, we have an opportunity to serve, like right now. I'm growing myself as I speak to you. Then through your questions, your learning, we recently had a masterclass at Canary Hotel in Kampala. So I traveled all the way from just to attend the masterclass, and it was really interesting and amazing to physically meet with the transformational program. People are willing to learn. Connections, get very meaningful connections with people who are looking at growth and development. The way you associate with people. Someone said that show me 5 people around you and I'll tell you who you are. So how are we putting ourselves in spaces that are helping us to be better people? How are we, participating in meaningful engagements like these ones? And so, members, you're not on, you're on the right track, actually. Just join the Transformational Professionals Club every week for the newcomers. And for those who are paid up members like me, I paid so that these sessions can always be aired out. Not just about actually me, but about everyone, about all of us. So for the paid up members, we have very exclusive opportunities, like having one-on-one sessions with very prominent people in our country. We have a chance to have our CVs reviewed, to be made professional, actually. And very many others. And very key is connection. Having actually another very important factor is you can have a one-on-one session with a mentor, not just for 2 days, but for like a whole year or even a lifetime. Also an opportunity to visit people's businesses of your interest. And then you learn from one another. You see, those are opportunities that you can have with your interest. So thank you so much for that great addition of, availing ourselves to betterment. Thank you. Then someone talked about stammering. Stammering sometimes results into loss of words and you keep repeating the same ones.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Our coach actually was sharing with us something from our YouTube channel. Another reminder, we have a YouTube channel which airs our weekly sessions, and this one actually will also be aired. And so members, in case you want to make some reference, you get a link probably later on. And also for those ones who have missed our webinars since January, we've had weekly webinars since January. You can have an opportunity to find all of them on our YouTube channel. So there's a question from our YouTube channel from Leah Nasasura. She's asking, she's saying, thank you for the session, and she has a question. Which one is more appealing between speaking off the cuff and reading a speech? Speaking off the cuff and reading a speech. It's quite an interesting question. As we still think about it, I'm going to give you some few minutes to think about it. And so let me move off. Let me read what Derek once again is sharing with us, that Steve Harvey once had an interview with a lady struggling with stammering for years. He asked her, when you're thinking or talking to yourself, do you stammer within your head? Obviously, the lady said no. So stammering can be overcome. Wow, interesting. And that can be done by full confidence, that you start speaking slowly, as you increase your pace. Wow. This is an interesting addition. Thank you so much. That actually, stammering can be improved.
It was about the vocal control that we talked about. It's the
vocal control. Yes. So, so Steve was trying to get the mind of people who are stammering. If they listen to themselves, they stammer in their mind. So the realization was that actually no, stammering. So why can't they move at a slow pace? So voice control is very important. Could you be in a position to respond to the previous question?
Yeah. When all who are here, she was talking about speaking off the cuff. Speaking off the cuff means speaking without notes or script. You speak, you don't have notes, you don't have script. But especially most of the public speakers, at times we have things off head because you know what exactly you're doing.
Yeah.
So to me, I rather speak off the cuff. That's what I am. Me, as in me, I'm choosing that. Because it sounds so natural. You are authentic. It brings a stronger connection with the audience. You show you are confident. And when you bring scripts and you start reading, you're not confident. Yeah. It also allows you to be flexible when you're talking to the audience. You're responding to their content. They're also hearing what you're talking. So I rather speak off the cuff. That's what I can say. Thank you so much for that submission.
Yeah, thank you to Yvonne for that response. And it's good to be natural, like she has said. Being natural, you speak with authenticity, but also need to do research also is very key, so that you give more credible information. So Chaito was also emphasizing that we need to practice. Practice makes perfect. Then another one from Immaculate Isanin was asking something about prayer. Yeah, thank you, Immaculate. Though, of course, we are about talking about public speaking, but also prayer, of course. Maybe you're speaking to God. We are communicating to God. She was just trying to answer how long should the prayer be. It's interesting. We all are Christians and we have Muslims here, and the traditions have different ways that they guide us, depending on the need, the pain that we have. People who fast for 40 days. There are people who pray for the whole day. There are people who pray for 15 minutes. There are people who pray for 2 minutes. 1 minute, actually, 30 seconds, and they are done, and God listens to us. I think that's a different conversation that we can take on another time. And Charity was saying the people who come after some questions have been answered. Oh, sorry. She was trying to help us to catch up with time.
Yeah.
These people are appreciating. Thank you, Yvonne. And so there's Jida Casemire. She's our real estate manager in TPC. Casemire Jida, she's into real estate. And I met her, of course, during our session at Canary Hotel during the Transformational Professionals Club engagement during the masterclass. So she has a question. In case you are prospected, in case you are prospected over an opportunity, but the person gears and with arrogant tone, let me rephrase the question. That in case you are prospected over an opportunity, but the person gears and with an arrogant tone, what? Oh, I missed this. Let me expand this actually.
I've got the person, what the person is saying.
I've got the other question.
Yeah.
That in case you are prospected over an opportunity, but the person gears and with an arrogant tone, would you buy the idea shared? Yes.
Would you buy the idea shared?
Yes, please.
As I told you, where as public speakers, you have to keep your voice actually, when you're talking to that person, you have to be gentle and respectful. You have to respect their boundaries. You will not beat yourself because of that arrogant tone. You have to respect the person the way he or he has come to you, understand how they feel. At times, don't overreact. Avoid saying maybe you're overreacting. You get, because you're a public speaker. That's it. Remember when I told you that you have to have a personality of being resilient? Remember, Kate?
Yes, please.
If you don't have that personality, trust me, you're also going to be that angry character. And you might even say something more than that angry person is saying. So you just have to keep your voice gentle and respectful, and they'll come over, they will sort themselves out. That's what I can say. Yeah, they will sort themselves out.
Thank you so much, Yvonne, for the response.
Yeah.
We've been talking much about control. Managing to control ourselves is very key. And that's what actually makes us good speakers, because we shall meet different people. That's something we can't change. We don't even have control about it. But how do the other factors, the external factors, how do they affect us? How do they change our personality? So we need to guard our identity as good. If you are interested in public speaking or personal development, let other people not deter you from your intention. So having control for our emotions is very key into this. And so, Yvonne, they are still appreciating you. Ongaire Cyrus, you've given practical tips and engagement delivery that has truly inspired him. Then Sylvia Chitimbo was asking when the next masterclass is going to happen. It's a pleasure that we have our coach Samuel on this call, and I believe that he will be giving us a response on that. We had the previous one in March, and I was expecting the next one in June. So our coach is on this call, and I believe he's going to respond to that as he concludes. Then Mbonwa, Derek Kislev, was appreciating our coach Samuel for this initiative and also appreciating Yvonne, me, for the session and is appreciating. And then Joe Christine was also appreciating both of us. And our coach, Christine actually has a question about for you, Yvonne. Could you be having any tips about motivation to read? Could you be having any tips about motivation? Thank you. It looks like we are concluding, and so Yvonne, you can speak into that as we also head to our conclusion. Thank you.
The only motivation I can give someone who wants to love reading books is do a lot of research about the books of motivation before you read them. Because some books are so big that you can't handle them when you are a first reader. So when you're reading, you can start with those books that have few pages. And you have to cite out key points of the topics that you really want to read about. And then try so much to research about motivational topics. You start small. Each motivational topic that you read will entice you to buy a book and read. For instance, there's a book called How to Influence People to be leaders. I think that book is very common. People know, some know it. If you want to read that book, it has few pages, but when you're a first reader, start small and always document some things that are vital that you read. Every time you read and document, you're going to love reading. But these things of reading and you don't even cite out things, you will not love reading. What I can say, you want to be a good reader, you want to love reading books, cite out key points of what you want to read about. You want to read about love, read about love. If you want to read about peace, read about peace. As you read and read short things, you will get there, trust me. Because I was also not a good person in reading. I could buy a book and it looks at me. But now I buy a book and I read it, of which I know that practice still makes perfect. Thank you for being listeners. I love you all. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yvonne, for that quick feedback about researching about what we want, actually. You can be motivated, yes, but please do research and be equipped with knowledge of what you want to, put yourself into, giving time to something. And yet we know that our time is very precious, is very key. And so how do we manage our time well, not to just be engaged in things that we actually don't know about just because of interest, or want to see how can something be beneficial to you, just like you spared your time to be on this call. You had to think of how much of impact this be to you, and that's why you are in this. So that could be a great motivation. The need for you to be a better person should encourage you to do research of what you want to be involved in, and that will give you a better view of why you need to be into something that you want to be involved in. So thank you so much. I think we've exhausted all questions. Yvonne, you've done amazingly, by the way. You've responded to very many questions this session.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for not getting tired. We've been into a Q&A session for actually more than an hour. And it's interesting how you've been very articulate to all of them. So members, I saw our coach posted a link in the comment section. Please, you can check it out. Those that are not part of, he's encouraging those that are not part of our WhatsApp group. Members, we are inviting you. We have 2 WhatsApp groups and you can choose to join any, but this link can be able to reach you to one of our admins or one of our the managers of our Transformational Professionals Club, and that will help you, to let me share it here. Yes, the link is here. Please, you can check it out. I'm encouraging each one of us to join the Transformational Professionals Club. And like our coach was saying, we have a WhatsApp group where we keep our flow of engagements. We just don't stop from here. We proceed on to give feedback. We proceed on to ask questions throughout the week and throughout the time. And so please don't miss out on being a part of the Transformational Professionals Club. Tomorrow you can be the next moderator. Tomorrow you can be the next speaker. Tomorrow we are looking at growth and development for everyone, not just us as individuals, but everyone. So please join the Transformational Professionals Club, and please continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need you to keep updated of our engagement. And so as we look at concluding our session today, I had informed you that I'll give an opportunity to one of us to speak. And so I'll request us to raise our hands. The first one I will see, please. I may not see all of you, but the first one to raise up the hand, and I notice them, I'll be able to give you an opportunity to give a vote of thanks as we welcome our coach Samuel to conclude. But before I do that, let me first appreciate you, friends. There is something I take much more seriously. Noticing people by name is very important. There's a time I had a webinar, and the one who was presenting spoke my name. And that is one of the reasons I always try to show up all the time. I want to, to sound out. I want to be heard, in all that I do. And so I want to appreciate all those that have been able to remain on this call from 7 up to 9 that we are coming to. It's very important. By that is one of the vigor that we want to have. That want to see that you actually want to be transformed is how you persistently keep yourself on call to listen to how you can. Friends, I want to appreciate Yvonne, of course, not Yvonne, sorry. Paul. Someone is calling me, is getting me out of the call, sorry. Sorry, friends. Oh my God. Yeah, so I'm appreciating members who are still on the call. Paul Chiaga, Christine Ajo, Darius Nkwasibwe, Dorothy Nankunda, Esther Orport, Evelyn Kabasita, Evelyn Senjen, Immaculate Isanin, Ingabire Vaira, Jane Warea Auma, Joan Nachaze, Junior Biamkama, Justin Muyingo, Kichoncho Doreen, Kifuse Timothy, Kobel Emmanuel Victor, Laurentine Susi, Nzebara, Makande, Stephen, my brother, we met through the engagement at Canary Hotel. Naigaga Juliet, Nakaketo Josephine, Rosemary Chirabo, Sister Josephine Naburia, Tusime Ronald, Tinomjuni Jovia, Rhoda Uwiringie, my colleague, then Winnie Amanda, and my brother Wungaire Silas. I may not have spoke all names because we were many. From the start, we were about 50 people. Some could have broke off due to different reasons, but we thank you and thank God for you, for this transformation opportunity is for you. And so thank you for taking it up. May God bless you. But as we conclude, please, in case you want to give a vote of thanks, please raise up your hand for like 2 minutes so that we leave the floor to our coach Samuel. Thank you so much.
All right. Keith, okay. Can I take one?
Please take it on. Thank you.
All right. So allow me just come through here. All right. So I want to recognize that from. So I want to appreciate our speaker, Miss Yvonne. Thank you so much. You've done a great job. So before I really get into detail, I want to give a disclosure, and I think that will also give some background to some of my remarks. So Yvonne reached out to me to come and speak to the Transformation Professionals Club, and I was meeting her for the first time online, virtually, and of course, like I usually say that we sieve the people that we invite on this call. We don't invite everyone. We invite those people that are resourceful. So Yvonne was one of those that reached out, and I found her resourceful, and she has done us good. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for doing us as well. The great work that you've done, sharing. We're here. We really want to appreciate you. And I also want to appreciate Mr. Keith. Mr. Keith, you have a gift that you should be able to continuously take on. You've engaged us for the last 2 hours, and we can't imagine that we move this journey. So I really encourage you to continue with that as well. I also want to say that to our members who always come here to come through for the session, we don't take it for granted that we have an audience. It's because of you that when Yvonne comes, Yvonne has people to speak to. So we really want to really say thank you so much for his giving us audience to come through and listen. So we always have sessions every Friday, like Keith indicated, and just create this time to come and learn 1 or 2 things. There's always something to learn. We have quite a number of programs that are really being prepared, not just for you, but also for somebody else. So make sure that even as you come through, you're not just coming alone, but you're inviting another person. Public speaking is a very key skill that actually, if you took very seriously, could actually even pay you money. People invite you to speak. Myself, I've gotten opportunities to be invited to speak on different platforms. So it is something that I really encourage you to make sure that you take seriously. And not everyone starts when they're a great speaker. Every one of us starts from somewhere, and we take the courage to say we are going to speak. One of the things that just as Yvonne reached out, some platforms that you need to speak to, you need to have to reach out. Sometimes you don't have to wait for people to reach out. You have to reach out them such that you're able to speak. I also encourage you. There are many times they ask you, please raise up your hand if you have a question, if you have something to add, always grab the opportunity. Whenever it comes, grab the opportunity, because that's how you develop your confidence. Before you know it, you're speaking with confidence, and people are wondering, how did you start? How are you even able to do it? It all comes with practice, and also, of course, continuously making yourself better. listen and watch. One of the things that I do with great speakers is I watch them. I see what they do. There's something that you can be able to pick and also apply to yourself. And before you know it, people are now looking at you as the great speaker. There is one. So I just wanted to say that and just to appreciate. So thank you so much, Keith. I want to give you back the microphone. One of the things that I think asked is when is the next masterclass? So we are planning a masterclass. We're supposed to be in June, but due to other aspects, we push this into August. So the first weekend of August, we'll have a physical masterclass. So make sure that you start to plan to be part of it. Of course, it's paid for, but you make sure that you plan to. We usually want to make sure that just as we meet online here, we can have a time to meet physically and interact and learn from each other and also build connection. So thank you so much, and looking forward to those that are not part of our community, our WhatsApp group. Make sure that you join through. We also have a paid community, like Keith indicated, in case you want something extra. But I encourage you minimally, at least join our free WhatsApp group, such that you're able to know our next speakers and what programs we have. Otherwise, thank you so much, and may God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bless you too.
Yeah, thank you so much, Coach, for that conclusion. And so, Buzz, our coach had also appreciated you, Yvonne. You've been so articulate. You've walked that talk. Yeah, you've been able to show us how we can be able to be good public speakers in a way that you did, which I believe that each one of us has picked differently. So that is an action point right now. For us, not just to learn, but to go and implement. Let's go and implement, because you can learn a lot, but if you don't put it into practice, I don't know what I can describe it. So friends, just as I'm excited, I want to be a better person tomorrow. I just don't want to be the same kid that I was today, which I believe Yvonne and most of you are. So please, just that come, it comes out of practice. It comes out of that passion that needs to be different. And that can only be achieved through practice, looking for those spaces through which you can better yourself, joining the Transformational Professionals Club, joining the Toastmasters, joining Yali, joining, there are very many actually, that one shouldn't have an excuse of not being a part of any. So I thank you so much. Let's go and be great speakers, and God will see our efforts and He will bless us from what we shall have tried by our hands. So God bless you. As you go out, please be
Bye.
better representatives of PPC
Yes.
and actually better representatives of yourself. Thank you so much,
Yes.
and God bless you.
Keith, maybe
Thank you.
before, I just want to ask Yvonne, some people might be
Ah.
interested to connect with you. How can people find you and
Yeah.
maybe learn from you and maybe connect with your social media handles and something else? I think that would be awesome.
Oh, okay. My LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn. Mostly, I know LinkedIn is so professional. You can get me, Nansinguza Yvonne. I'm there. On other platforms, I use Sister Beach, but then in brackets, I use Yvonne. My number is 0707 41 333 6. I do public speaking, but mostly now in schools. I've not yet got there, but now that I have done it here, maybe you're going to start calling me in organization, and then we shall do it together. It is 070, my MTN is 0789 701 136. My Airtel 0707 41 333 6. LinkedIn, The names that you see now, things I've won, are on LinkedIn. Follow me, connect with me, and let's do it better. I work with Sokoni for now. Sokoni, I'm the sales production. And in case you need supplies of any bakery, maybe like you have a supermarket or something, I am there to give you the best prices. Thank you so much. And on the side, I also have other things that I do. I do trainings like in barista sessions. I do trainings in customer service. I'm a multitasker. I can also do travel consultation for any company that would want to consult anything. I also do hospitality on several aspects. I'm also a marketeer, one of the best marketeers in Uganda and worldwide. That's how I call myself. So in case you need sales for any product that you feel is not coming up, I'm always there to give the best marketing strategies. I've marketed 8 schools and an institute called Jimesekasi Institute, if you've heard about it. I was the head marketing for like 2, coming to 3 years. I did my best, and now I'm at Sokoni doing sales production. Thank you so much for listening. I love you all, and thank you. God bless.
Thank you so much. God bless you, everyone. Let's go and shine and be the best. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone, for coming through.
Bye.